If you tell yourself this story, you will find out that in a lot of ways, undergoing that surgery was actually a positive thing. It makes sense to assume that everyone in the world wants happiness, but we know from experience that chasing happiness makes you unhappy. Then at some point we all come to this question, is this all there is? Turns out this situation arises due to a lack of meaning in life. What is the difference between being happy and having meaning in life? Happiness is being happy in the moment for you. Meaning comes from belonging to and serving something beyond yourself. 4 pillars of a meaningful life. First, belonging. You are valued for who you are intrinsically and you value others. A sense of belonging can come from your family, friends, relatives, etc. The idea is when they look at you and value you for who you are without expecting you to adjust within a mold that the society prescribes. And likewise, the other way around. Second, purpose. Purpose is less about what you want than about what you give. The key to purpose is using your strengths to serve others. If you don't know what your purpose is, here's something you can do to try and figure it out. Evaluate the unique set that makes you different from all other humans on this planet. The combination of knowledge, skills, and experience you have accumulated over your lifetime. Now with this in mind, think about how can you add value to someone in this world. For example, my purpose now is this YouTube channel. Over the past 21 years, I have read some books, heard some podcasts, etc., which have added to the pool of my knowledge. I learned making animations and manipulating illustrations using softwares from the Adobe Creative Cloud by watching YouTube videos and online courses. That adds to the pool of my skills. And finally, as a result of applying certain methodologies I learned in my own life, and as my life has unfolded in general, I have gained certain experience, into which I dip and bring out examples supporting the context of my videos like this one. This is an exercise you can do to figure out what your purpose is. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that the value you add to someone doesn't have to be huge, and especially in the beginning. You want to analyze the tiny ways in which you can add value, because what is obvious to you might be amazing and mind-opening to someone else. Third, transcendence. Moments where your sense of self fades away and you're connected to a higher reality. When you get in the zone and lose sense of time and space. This has been popularized recently as entering into the flow state. To briefly state, flow state is when your challenges match your skill set. When your challenge is below your skill set, you feel bored because it's too easy. And when your challenge is above your skill set, you give up because it's too difficult. When your challenge and your skill set resonate at just the right frequency, you experience what is known as the flow state or a sense of transcendence. Fourth, storytelling. The story you tell yourself about yourself. Creating a narrative from the events of your life brings clarity. It helps you understand how you became you. The easiest way to start is to look back at your life, introspect what the major events of your life were and how they shaped the person you are today. For example, let's say you were a very fit person. You went to the gym daily and considered yourself to be in the best shape of your life. Then, in a regular health checkup, you find out that your cholesterol levels are so high that you are running a high risk of a stroke. You are shocked to know this and undergo a heart surgery. Post the surgery, you can either look at your life pre-surgery and say this story to yourself: I used to be this fit person. Everything in my life was perfect, but now I'm dependent on these medicines to survive for the rest of my life. Or you can look back at your surgery and say this: earlier I was fit, but I never took my eating habits seriously. Now this surgery has opened my eyes to being more conscious about nutrition and how the food I'm eating is affecting my system in the long run. Having a near-death experience, I have also become a lot more spiritual and conscious of the fact that one day I'm going to die, and at that point, all of my worries are going to be meaningless. If you tell yourself this story, you will find out that in a lot of ways, undergoing that surgery was actually a positive thing because it taught you what you wouldn't have learned otherwise. You will be grateful for your life and savor every moment, every relationship, every opportunity to serve the world like a completely new person. This gives meaning to your life. We need to build these pillars in our families and institutions to help people become their best selves. Happiness comes and goes, but when life is really good and when things are really bad, having meaning gives you something to hold on to. The concept of 4 pillars of a meaningful life explained in this video is based on a TED talk by Emily Esfahani Smith, who went to graduate school to study positive psychology and to learn what makes people truly happy. I would like to thank Emily for the years of research she did and sharing it with the world. Make sure to check the TED talk linked in description. Ever wondered why it is difficult to do the things that we know we need to do? Watch this video to learn the psychology of the mind.